Hey guys, it's Sarah. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to do 5 books that I'd recommend to anybody. These are ranging from young adult to adult. 5 books I'd recommend to anybody. First book is a young adult contemporary book. Is Heart on a Chain by Cindy C. Bennett, and I read it on my iPad, so I don't really have the cover. But if you can see that, that's the cover. Yeah, I think this is actually a self-published book, if I'm not mistaken. And it's about this girl who is abused at home and bullied at school and is living in poverty. And it's just about her struggles in life and how she deals with it, I guess. My absolute favorite, and I feel like everybody should read it because it changed the way I thought about the world and the things that I thought people went through, and it just changed a lot in my life, and I feel like if somebody else gave it a shot, it would change their life too. Or I'm hoping. If there's even just one person, I think it would be beneficial. But if you haven't read that book, it's a great book. It's young adult. It just settles in the bottom of your soul. It's just one of those books that gets in there and just stays there, and it just sits with you. So the next set of books that I have, and everybody's probably already read them, obviously, I hope that you have, and if you haven't, I still recommend you check them out. They're books that started me in the whole young adult paranormal phase, and it's just one of those books that I think everybody should read. And obviously that's the Twilight saga, and I don't think they need any explanation. I think that these books grab your attention, they give you an understanding of things. They changed my life, so I'm hoping that maybe it changes someone else's life too. I don't know. I think it could. And if you want to see something really funny, this is my collector's edition of Twilight. I couldn't even keep the jacket on that baby. Actually, I don't think it came with a jacket, but this is my collector's edition. You want to see my first edition? This is my very first edition of Twilight. This is why you don't let your friends borrow your books, okay? But she tried to tape it, and then she wrote on it. That's the book. I'm pretty sure it can sit flat on a table at any page. So can my Eclipse book. The next book that I have is one that I just finished not that long ago, and it was an amazing book, and I feel like anybody and everybody should read it. It'll change their life. It changed my life. That is Darkest Minds by Andrea Bracken. This book literally blows my mind still. It's been like a week since I finished it. Oh my god. And I feel like I'll recommend this to everybody and their brother just because it's such a good story, and there's not any one specific age group or specific genre. I feel like it's just a mashup of all things, and it's just amazing. I think everybody should read it. Obviously, that's why it's in this, but this is one that I'll be highly recommending to everybody. And if you haven't picked it up, which you probably have, but if you haven't, do, because it's awesome. The next book is my classic book. This book isn't super classic, but it's older. I don't know. It was published in the 60s, so that's classic to me, right? If you read a book that's past 10 years, I feel like that could be considered classic. Or is that just me? I don't know. 20 years maybe? I don't know. This book changed my life too. I read this when I was in middle school, and then I reread it again when I was a freshman in high school. It just is such a good story, and I think that everybody needs one of those good stories that just gets them. I don't know. I don't relate to it very well, and it obviously has nothing to do with me, but it's The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton. And this book, I don't know why I love it so much, but it literally, I think everybody should read it. If you've seen the movie and you like the movie, you're gonna like the book 10 times better. I mean, there's not a lot different from the book to the movie, but it's pretty different. And it's a short story, not even that long. It's a great book, and if you haven't read it, I highly recommend it. If you're looking for like a cute little classic book, or not even classic, but you know, kind of classic book that everybody should read. Okay, enough gushing. I just think that everybody should read this book. These are strictly just my opinions. And the very last book that I have is super controversial, and I wasn't going to put it in here. I was just going to put like a little disclaimer like, oh yeah, there's one more book, but I feel like it's hard because I wouldn't say that I think everybody should read this book, because I don't think that, but I would recommend this book to people. This is so controversial, but I also don't have I also read this one on ebook, so I don't have the cover. And my internet's down, that's why I'm showing them on my phone. But it's 50 Shades of Grey by E.L. James, and before you start hating me or say, oh my god, that book where it's all about sex and blah blah blah, I just want to put my 2 cents in and why I'd recommend this book to people. So if you don't care about it, and you don't care, thanks for watching. I don't blame you. This book is super controversial and people like it, people don't like it, people think it's crazy, so you don't have to stay and watch, but I want to just put my 2 cents in why I think people should read it and why I don't think it's just another trashy novel. So if you're leaving, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I hope you pick up those books. Okay, why I think people should read 50 Shades of Grey. Okay. Just stick with me, okay? Alright, I think 50 Shades of Grey is a... Okay, this is why I would recommend it. Number one, God, this is so hard. It's so hard to explain myself. Okay, if you can get over the fact that this book is about sex or has sex in it, if you can get past all of the hype and the stereotyping about this being just like a mommy porn book and all of that, there is a great story in there about a man who was brought into this world in a very horrible situation and how the factors from that had affected him in his life and his situations that he gets himself into and the things that he does, and it just allows you to peek into someone's brain without actually being in their brain as to why they do the things they do or why someone would do something that happens in the book, why someone would do those things. And I don't know, it's also about having somebody there that loves you unconditionally no matter what you do or what you've been through, and how they can help you be a better person. And to me, that's what I got out of 50 Shades of Grey. And if you've read the first book and you're like, ugh, please, I don't like that, I don't want to read about this, I just beg you to read the second book. Even if you were just mildly interested in the first book, the second book and the third book just really bring it home, and it just, I don't know, just opened my mind to things that I never would have thought about before. And I feel like books are about that. If you read a story, then you're trying to put yourself in somebody else's shoes and their life and their world, and I feel like the best stories are the ones that allow you to see people in different lights. The book to me just holds different meaning than other people, and I would recommend it to, you know, older kids or adults who want to read a story that's both engaging but has a great love story. And I don't even want to get into it. I'm just saying that that is why I would recommend this book to people. Oops, I knocked the ball. I'm just saying. I just feel like books that change your mind and change the way you think are great stories, and I feel like everybody should read them. And that was the point of this video. All the books that I showed you, I felt changed my life in some way, changed my thinking, changed the way I live my life, and I feel like that should be shared on the internet with everybody watching. Okay. That's it. That's about it. That's about all I got. The books I read are a little bit different than what I've seen on BookTube, and I kind of just want to bring mine a little bit into this awesome world of young adult and fantasy books. I want to bring my little bit of romance in there and throw a little bit of scandalism at you, because I don't think that people should be afraid to read books that are more adult, just because I feel like that's a way of life. And if you enjoy it, you enjoy it. If you don't, you don't. I mean, I don't. Is this all for nothing? I don't know. Who knows? Probably is. No one's gonna watch this, but you know what? It makes me feel better to recommend books, and if just one person watches it and they like a book, I'm just saying, if you haven't read these books and you want some good reads, excluding number 5, I would check them all out. So check it Jump Mellencamp. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you check out my blog. I hope you check out my Twitter. I hope you check out my Goodreads. I hope you like it. I don't know. If you don't like it, you don't like it. That's perfectly fine with me. If you don't care, you don't care. I just hope that someone out there cares, because I care, so. Anything else?